Hey everybody, I'm Kyle, and this is Ian, and this is Gannon.
I want to be Gannon.
And last week's, that's not applicable. The nomenclature of these things is not working as
This
much
is
anymore.
Ark and his community comments, let's go!
Yeah! Brent Flick on the Ark video said, "Why is this super realistic?" It's all lowercase, there's not a question mark. I don't know if it's a question.
Why is this super real? Like you know, like
Could be.
why? How beautiful you are? Why? How realistic this is? In that case, I think that makes more sense.
That's how kids on the internet talk these days. Any realism came from John, actually, who helped us write the script originally. Oh, hi. This one was written when John came and visited us in San Antonio. That's how old this video was.
That was like 6 years ago.
Yeah.
Wow,
It wasn't actually. It was last year, but it was like forever last year.
Right.
And John came and we were writing scripts and I needed an Ark one. He and Jeffrey play Ark and I don't.
Yun's avatar. Oh, this is from the Door Monster website.
Go to doormonster.tv and comment on the videos there, and you might get included in community comments.
Rachel has real skills in channeling that homicidal threatening method.
I remember Rachel just kind of like took that and ran with it, because I think I mentioned like Barbariana from
Right.
Kung Fury.
Kung Fury.
Yeah.
Which they didn't know it, but it's based off of Rachel's first D&D character, Oskatla, from my very first D&D campaign, who was the fur bikini barbarian who hit stuff with a big sword.
So she just completely nailed that part, which is exactly what we were going for, because we were trying to make it this old, like, 80s, 70s style
Right.
cheesy sci-fi thing, and then you just imitated Rachel.
No, yeah, I had no idea what any of these things were, and Kyle was like, oh, just do it exactly how she is, and I was like, I can't do what Rachel does.
Essentially, I was not on set,
You
did
weren't.
not read the
Right.
script, and had no knowledge of this whatsoever until the video came out, and I was so happy with that decision. From Gentleman Wolfgang. Did anyone else start laughing at the Patreon plug almost waking up everyone else in the house, or was it just me? Funny hats and materializing money get me every time.
We still have a stock of all those Patreon pledges from. That's also from like a year ago. Actually, I don't even know when we recorded those last.
Oh, right,
We did
yeah.
do some new ones. By the way, if you'd like to help support the channel, head on over to patreon.com/doormonster.
Think of the puppy.
Think of the puppy.
Think of the puppy. Gannon, do your best.
Oh, he is.
King333 says, "Has a black person ever appeared in Door Monster?"
The answer is maybe.
That's an excellent question. No, yes.
Oh?
But, I couldn't even tell you his name.
Right,
He was a
because
guest
he was in the Comic-Con video.
during the Comic-Con video. He attended our panel.
Yeah.
And
He is the only actual
record-
black guy that's been in our videos.
nailed his line first try. Okay,
Also,
I
Edwin
forget my
was in
name.
it, but Edwin's not technically black.
I think he's half black.
I thought he was Puerto Rican.
He's half Puerto Rican, half black.
Oh,
Maybe.
I didn't know that.
He might not be black at all.
Is there African descent in there somewhere? I don't know.
He's definitely Puerto Rican.
The answer is we don't know
Tan.
because we're bad at this game.
He's more than tan.
If you haven't noticed, we don't have a very diverse cast, just sort of on the regular, and it's mostly because we grew up in North Austin, and it's just kind of a pasty area. It was never intentional. Our
Right,
group
no.
is just very white. We've intentionally tried to diversify that for Skyvault, and have kind of succeeded. Compared to our videos, we've gotten
Pretty decent results.
Yeah. At least a couple of our main characters are definitively not white, and
Yeah, that's
quite a few of our sort of like supporting cast as well. And we've actually been trying to mix that up a little bit, because it turns out if you don't actively try for it, it just doesn't happen. Even when we've gone to fan meetups and stuff, though, most of our fans are white too.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's because, I mean, kind of like how when they released Black Panther and people were like, oh my god, it's the biggest movie in Marvel history, and everyone was like, yeah, maybe that's because you put like other people
Right.
in it, and
This is
so
the-
like black people came and watched your movie because it had
the Fast
them
and
in
the
it now.
Furious effect.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Or actually Lost. Lost was really great at that. Like, Lost
that was
was
pretty good, yeah.
one of the most representative TV shows I've ever seen. It had people from every country, every, like, ethnic background.
And it was completely fair because they were all terrible people.
Yeah.
David Lerner says, could someone explain why the bad movie filter that they put over the whole thing with lots of question marks? I want you to explain that, because I remember you explaining it to me, but
Well, it was
some
supposed
people
to,
might not get it.
So we have there are a few videos that we look at the game, and it's like, that would be a great thing to make a video about, except it's basically impossible because we cannot pull off the level of special effects required to make that look real.
Are you telling me that we don't have the skills to put two women on top of actual dinosaurs?
Unfortunately,
No,
my CGI
Jurassic
skills
Park.
are
we totally do, but we don't have the insurance budget.
limited.
Oh, that's what it is. That's what.
Well, no, because I remember making this comment about we were trying to do a No Man's Sky video,
Yeah.
You can, like, the only way you can do it is with like cheesy lo-fi Flash Gordon, which then also kind of like played into the whole point of it being like a hastily thrown together game.
Right. So we
the budget is non-existent. It all worked out.
It was going to look cheesy anyway, so we thought we'd lean into it. And so yeah, No Man's Sky was the first one of this, and we just made it look like an old black and white Flash Gordon thing, and I think really added to the video.
Oh yeah.
So we just tried to do the same thing this time, and thankfully there was an existing show that already fit this format called Land of the Lost that they remade with Will Ferrell somewhat recently.
I forgot about that, and I'm going to forget about it right now again.
Too many.
There's also a great book.
If you go look at like the opening theme song to that show, the effects are literally it's the same thing that I did in that. It's them in a raft, like and then like you know a cliffside like opening up and then falling into it. But it's literally a bowl of water and some rocks that somebody like moves aside, and then they just superimpose them in the raft like floating around and then going over the edge.
That's amazing.
And it's so obviously not a real river.
Aww.
I can't believe
and
they
so
went
that's-
chill off for that in 1924.
That's the look we were trying to recreate with this. And so I just went all in on it and did the full VHS effect and everything.
As a happy coincidence, it also makes it look like Kung Fury.
Right, yeah.
With the Laser Raptors, Tyrannosaurus Rex riding montage with the VHS scanning.
Yeah.
And,
Kung Fury admittedly did it way better. But
They did it worse better. From Box of Rocks! The Alpha Girls sound like Team Rocket. Apparently this is a very common... I did not notice that at all when
Really?
watching.
I
think it's
noticed
because
it.
I'm just used to Rachel.
the channel of comments, man, they really updated those graphics on the T-Rexes. Looks even more realistic than before.
So were those not sponge T-Rexes?
No, they weren't sponge ones. They were just plastic ones. I just bought like a package of plastic dinosaurs off of Amazon, like wash style plastic dinosaurs.
Sure. Because I had a bunch of the grow your own dinosaur in the bathtub
Right.
dinosaurs.
I remember those. I used
And
to have those.
they did that. They started off small and then they got bigger, and then you had a slightly larger dinosaur foam
that was
thing.
gross, foamy, and wet, and that you couldn't actually do anything
Right. So it
with.
was kind of a mixed bag.
Justin Y says Ark. I haven't heard of that game in a long, long time.
Yeah, so much like the Weeble video that we did, this one was shot back in October, and at the time Ark had received a big update and it was relevant. But we can't be having that on our channel.
No.
So we had to wait another half a year.
I've actually been seeing Ark again recently.
Really?
I think it's getting a Switch port. So that's
Oh,
I think
interesting.
or something. But I've just seen it a couple of times. Maybe it's just because I saw the video and thought that's a game I've never really paid any attention to and then did. But I've seen.
About half the comments were also complaining about how terrible Ark is.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's true.
as I understand, that's half of the Ark experience.
It is the epitome of games I do not have time for at this point in my life.
And you're gonna pull it
I'm
up?
sure it's fun.
I'm not sure of that actually.
Well,
like there's a certain like when I see people with like 2,000, 3,000 hours in something, I start to think that maybe this isn't fun, and they're just like overly committing to convince themselves that it is. Like there's a certain point where it becomes Stockholm syndrome instead of fun.
right. Well, I've kind of felt similarly. I've never been able to get into an MMO, even when I did have times to play video games. Like I could just never get past. It was the anytime somebody tells me like don't worry, it gets fun after level 50. I'm like,
Right.
no, I'm not. No, that's that.
Well,
I'm not gonna play a game for 50 levels to then start having fun on it. I'm gonna play TF2, jump in, and start shooting people immediately. So Skyvault casting is officially completely done.
We have a cast!
God!
Thank you all for auditioning, and thank
It
you
was-
all for stopping auditioning.
It was a great and miserable experience, and I hope to not do it again for a very long
For a
time.
very, very long time.
And if we do it again, we'll do it better.
And we have, yeah, thank you to everybody who came out. If you happen to be watching this, we've got our whole cast selected, and we might publish that publicly. I think probably once we get the contract logged in.
That sounds like
If you're
a
on
good
Kickstarter, we've already posted the list,
It's in the list.
with a disclaimer that it might change up just depending on who knows, something could happen.
I think it's worth pointing out just because it sounded like ungrateful or something. All of the problems with auditioning were on our part, not on the people coming in.
Right.
It was super great seeing so many people excited for something they wrote.
Yeah, no,
it was actually
it was
just
awesome.
our scheduling and our. It's just like everything we do, we have to do it wrong first so we know how to do it right the second time.
We're going to be filming all the sketches for the rest of the year in like the next couple of weeks. And we're going to be doing all of them, I think, here in this house because we just don't have the time to do anything else. So we ended up there's a, like on our Reddit right now, somebody took a screenshot of the list.
Yeah.
And like of all the videos coming out. We ended up removing a few of them because they were just a little bit too much to try to fit in. So we're gonna
He
be
got 8 by Skyvault.
adding some new ones. Yeah, and we're gonna just try to shoot. Basically, our rules are like no special effects, not leaving this building, and no more than 3 people in one video, essentially. And then to anyone who won giveaways during the Skyvault streams, we are finally packaging all those up. We have all the stuff laying right under the camera over here, just out of shot. But yeah, we finally bought all the packages, organized all that stuff. We're putting it together. We've gotten most of your addresses. If we haven't asked for your address yet, it's because we are not sure how to contact you, possibly. And if you'd like to make that easier on us, just message me on Discord or something and let us know.
Or the email.
Or contact at doormonster.tv as well. Just let us know what you won and what stream it was on, and we'll be sure to send that out with everything else. So thank you all for commenting.
Wait, I have a quick show and tell.
Oh, right, I forgot. Ian has some things.
One of my students drew some stuff and made me promise to show it on the stream, so I'm going to do that because it's great. Let me make sure. So this is Caecilius Ugundus. This is the main character of the Cambridge Latin series, which is the Latin books I taught out of. He drew me this for me, which is great. It's also relevant to some of you because Caecilius is the character Capaldi was playing in Fires of Pompeii, the Doctor Who episode. Also, you may recognize the name as Caecilius because Marvel's terrible in Doctor Strange. This is a thank you for teaching Latin and philosophy that they drew me. Isn't that nice? So thank you so much for those. I'm going to keep them forever.
That's awesome.
I have a whole wall of stuff I took from school.
Leave your questions and comments on this week's videos and
on doormonster.tv.
And on doormonster.tv, and we will get to them next time we do this. And until then, we'll see you later or something. I don't have a sign off anymore. Bye.